Hello and welcome to the Premier 26RBPR. Starting right up front, we have a light, just in case we need to hook up at night. We have retract and extend for your power tongue jack. Right behind here, since it says electrical, if this ever electrically goes out, you are able to manually override it right behind this little tab. You can kind of see the peel. You just go ahead, peel this up, and right behind it is your manual override. Coming back to your propane here, you have a little black tab that you can turn to the right or turn to the left, and all that's doing is taking propane and reading whatever one it's pointing to. Same goes for the right side. It's taking propane from here and reading it. What I mean by reading it, I can show you here. There's a little tab. Right now it's red, but when it has a steady flow of propane going through, that will turn green. So that will read which way this is pointing to. Right back here, we have a battery disconnect. So when you go ahead and twist that, it cuts off all power to the inside of your camper. You have your storage here. And then this is your curly hose, which will go to your outside shower. All you do is, of course, pull back. It'll shoot out just like that. And it'll scrunch up, so it's easy to place. All right, starting off with your water systems, we're gonna go top to bottom. So top here, we have your black tank flush. So what this does is when you stick a pressurized hose into that actually activates a sprinkler inside of the black tank, which ends up giving it one last little wash through to help get crud or toilet paper, whatever might be stuck on the way out. That'll help get rid of it. In the middle here, we have your fresh tank fill. So your fresh tank or your fresh water connection. What that fill does is there's a big old tank behind here, or that this leads to. And when you go ahead and fill this up with a gravity fill, so just a regular hose or whatnot, that fills that tank up. So when you go to the middle of nowhere, you'll have water to push through your systems, like your sinks, your showers, whatever. So when you're going out to the middle of nowhere, fill that up, take it out, and turn on your water pump switch on the inside, which I'll show you, but that's mainly what you gotta know for now. Coming over to your city water connection here. So when you go to a campground, this is what you're gonna wanna hook into. So when you pull up to the campground, you take that hose that it gives you, put it right into here, and this will shoot water through your system. Since campgrounds are pushing for a lot of people, there's gonna be a lot of pressure. So I do recommend getting a water pressure regulator just to put in here to dumb down the pressure so it doesn't end up blowing your lines. Moving over to this side, this is going to be your automatic stabilizers here. So I'll do this front one, extend, and retract. Same goes for your back. You have your retract and extend. You can hear that. Now what this little tab here does, it turns this into a suction. So when you put this hose, or put a hose into here, put it into a jug of antifreeze, turn that on, this will turn into a suction. Turn on the water pump, and this will suck antifreeze through your systems. Before you do that, you want to do this water heater bypass because you don't want any antifreeze in your water heater. So all you do is turn that up to the bypass position. Once it's off, that lets this, or whatever line it is, when you turn on the hot side, it'll go to your water heater. When it's up by bypass, it'll go right past it. It won't go inside. So you want to bypass your water heater and then turn this on, and then go ahead and fill it with antifreeze. You have your rooftop satellite prep here for TV outside, and then once again, your extend and retract for your stabilizer jacks. For a solar panel, if you do put one out there, just make sure you get the same outlet and connect it there. You also have a fresh tank empty right here. So when you are done with that vacation out in the middle of nowhere, and let's say your fresh tank still has water in it, go ahead and open that up, and that'll start to leak everything else out. Right behind me I have a gray tank pull. It's only the gray tank. You'd pull it right there. take that and that'll empty. Coming down to your furnace exhaust here. So your furnace exhaust, obviously all the excess will come out of here, which makes this extremely hot. So if you have any little kids, make sure to let them know. Do not touch this because they will get burned. Here's your shore power. Coming down underneath, you have your gray tank pull and your black tank pull. So obviously your black tank's gonna be your toilet and whatnot. So what I do recommend doing is pulling the black tank, letting it all flush out. When it's done, then head back over, do the black tank flush it again, and then when you're done with that, go ahead and do the gray tank, because this is gonna be the cleanest water out of these two. So before you put your hands on it, I'll just give it one last good rinse before you go ahead and touch it. For a backup camera, it is backup camera ready. So if you do purchase a backup camera, just go ahead, pop that little plate off, plug your camera in, and you need to put the little tablet it gives you inside of your cigarette lighter. And that tablet, once you turn your running lights on, then your tablet will connect to this and then feed through. Outside kitchen, you have your fridge, along with your stove here. All I do is press, turn to activate the gas, and then go ahead and light it with a lighter. Same goes for both. Press, turn, light. Get in there. So obviously when you have your grill out, you're gonna need something to light it with. So this little gas hose connects right underneath into this, which is the LP quick connect, which then sends gas and propane right into your grill so you're able to light it. Also right behind there is your low point drains, your hot and cold. Coming to your water heater. To start things off, what you're gonna need to do is take a 1 1/16 socket and go ahead and tighten this into this little drain here. Once that's in, go ahead and turn on the hot side of your faucet and it'll start to sputter. That sputtering is just all the air getting pushed out of this tank. Once you have a steady flow of water, go ahead and turn on the water heater switch on the inside, which I will show you, and then this will start to heat up. All right, water does get stagnant in here, so you do want to empty it after a few days. Go ahead, release the pressure. You'll hear it hiss, die off, and then go ahead and take this off. The reason why you want to release the pressure, because this will shoot out at you, and then water will start to come out of here. To make it go faster, just pull the pressure release once again, and then the water will start to come out faster. For your TV outside, you have your cable, your satellite, along with your antenna stations there, along with the 110 outlets underneath. Coming to your stairs, you want to have your door all the way open, as always that little piece will scrape up the side. Also, when it's down, you want to make sure this is completely flush. Always when you shut your door, the fur along with the rubber seal behind it will actually rip off. So once your door is fully open, just go ahead and grab, wash the door, inside, just that easy to take out. Doesn't matter which way you pull it, as long as you pull it to one side and now release. Coming over to your awning. On the top, we have a little black tab there. So if this ever electrically goes out, you're able to remove that tab, put a tool in there, and reel it back in. And you have these, which are going to be for your stabilizer jacks if they ever electrically go out, along with your lugs. And then right behind here, you have a light that you can press to turn off and turn back on. And then you also have this little switch here that turns off and on your front cap. Coming right inside your camper, you have your carbon monoxide detector. This carbon monoxide detector has a little green light that indicates that it's on. Going forward with that, this never turns off as a safety feature. So because that green light is on, indicating that's obviously on, even if you turn your battery disconnect off, this will always run. So what that means is that your battery will actually end up dying because of that little green light. So what I do recommend doing, if you're gonna leave it for about 3 to 4 days and not use your camper, I'd recommend just taking the negative end off of the battery, just so this little green light doesn't kill it. Moving upwards, mode, fan you control here, cool, furnace, along with off, and then obviously temperature higher and lower here. We have light switch. I'm just gonna reel these in just a little bit so you know what it sounds like. I'll do room 1 in. So I'm just bringing this in and setting it back out so you know what it sounds like when it fully extends. This one just dies off. That's when you know you're fully out. For their room 2, same thing. Just gonna reel it in a little bit and then dies off. And then you have your awning retract and extend here. You have your ceiling lights, your porch lights, then your electric and gas element to your water heater, and then all of your readers on top. Black tank. Then you have all of your readers right up top. Battery, fresh, black, gray. For the stove, make sure it's on, press and then turn, the gas will start to release, and then you strike to the right, which will eventually light the gas coming up. Same goes for all 3. That's all you gotta do. This has a little arrow on it indicating that it goes to the right. Do not turn to the left because it will snap off. For your oven, press and turn to the little flame symbol. Once you see a tiny little flame appear in the back of the oven, go ahead and turn to your desired temperature. For your fridge, you have the controls right on the right side. You can twist it between cold, coldest, and off. Your freezer doesn't have anything in it regarding temperature wise. Storage. Bathroom. Your toilet is a foot flush, so what you're gonna need for your toilet is actual toilet solution, along with having RV grade toilet paper. The solution will help break down solids and smells, and then the toilet paper will actually help break down easier so it doesn't clog your toilet or your lines, which you'll need to replace. For your fan, you open up with this, open and close, and then this little switch here turns it on. Coming just outside the bathroom to your breakers and fuses. Everything's labeled just like a house, and I would recommend bringing extra fuses actually just in case. Would rather be safe than sorry, but that's just a recommendation. To turn your couch into a bed, go ahead and remove the cushions. Lift up, you have one leg on the left side, one on the right side. You just go ahead and extend them like this and then lay it out. And then to close it, just put those legs in, drop it, and then go ahead and lay your cushions back to where they were. For your radio, tap to turn on. You have lower volume, higher volume to mute. You just click once. Zone 1 is gonna be your inside. You just hold the turn off. Zone 2 is gonna be your outside speakers. Hold the turn off. Hold to turn them back on. AM, FM, USB, and Bluetooth, along with your skips. Hold to completely turn off. Coming down to your space heater, top right to turn on. Bottom right is going to be your time. Top left is going to be your colors, and then the middle is going to be your fan speed. For your extra outlets, all you got to do is pull up, and you have your USBs and your outlets here. All you got to do is pull up, press the red button in, and send it down on its way. For your keys, main door, outside doors, and baggage, just like that. For your bed, if you just grab underneath, pick up the little wooden part, gives you access to your storage area. And you also have a backer mount bracket for your TV. Satellite antenna up here, along with your outlet here.